So guys, as you'll know, the title of this video is 35 tips for beginners, and the reason I decided to make so let's get right into this. The first aspect we're gonna have is just general tips. Okay, so the first tip we have is our camera settings. As you'll notice, if you just fire up Rocket League, my camera settings look a lot different to what most of you people who just start are gonna be. They're gonna be, if you put default, this is what they look like. Look how far zoomed in this is. It's really hard to see like most things. You have this dodgy shake thing as well. Sometimes you can't even see your entire car. So here's some settings. Here's the settings I use. My field of view is 110. Obviously that sorts most things straight away. I really don't like, I'm not a fan of this camera shake either, so we are going to turn that off. And yeah, I'm going to just make it slightly further back just so I can see a bit more. Although these camera settings like still have decent, like, you know, it's decently easier to still control like your car. Like, that's why you shouldn't make them like too far back, you know, 400. Like, it's really hard to do like this. Like, it makes it a lot easier to miss a ball. So that's why I recommend you don't go any above. I'm going to say 300. 300 is probably the maximum distance you should go. I recommend anything between 250 to 290. Anything around there is good. I use 280. My height is 100. Like anywhere between 90 to 120 is good. I like to use, I think it's 100. Can't remember exactly my settings. But yeah. Then your angle anywhere between, I use -5, but that's just personal preference. I'd say anywhere between -3 and -6 is fine. And then you know, these are camera stiffness is like just personal preference. I'm gonna be honest. And so are all of these. Those don't really matter. Okay, on to our next tip is our, you know, customizations, your car, your music playlists, all of that. I would recommend only put in the stuff you like, and I'm gonna show you why. Because good. That's basically why. Because you feel good, you'll get less tilted. Okay, so let me show you how, even if you don't have like Rocket Pass or anything like that, if you don't have all these items, how to make a decent looking car for free. So I would use, first of all, the wheels that I would definitely go for Cristiano's. They look pretty good. And then let's see, you can, if you're on Xbox, you can get this Xbox decal for free. And there's obviously that stripes and all of that. If you want to try and replicate a good YouTuber's car, then just don't put a decal, and then just, you want to make it some sort of purple, and then basically this is murky, sort of. This is kind of this car. Just go a bit tad lighter. There we are. And then you want to change your paint finish to pearlescent, and as you get a small hint of the secondary color in it, which is why Mertzi uses this, and it's more noticeable if you have more contrast. And then you can have any wheels will do. Boost. Plasma boost is really good. Looks pretty nice. So if you can put that on as well, and you get these at a certain point. It's not too long in. You can put that on for your orange car, and then for your blue car, you also probably may get these. Wildcat is Mertzi uses these, but in purple. But these are close enough, so you can put that on blue. And then your gold explosion. Obviously, I have loads, but you guys probably don't. So I'm gonna just recommend if you use the purple and it fits both cars well. And then the trail, yeah, classic. Mertzi likes to use this engine audio, but that's just preference. And yeah, you see you have a pretty decent looking car for free, completely free. Okay, and then in music playlists, you can just hold whatever. And yeah. And controls. Okay, controls are pretty important. I have really messed up controls, just don't mind them. Default controls are completely fine though, so yeah. Okay, I can't believe we're only in the second tip. So our third tip is going to be how you train in free play. If you don't already, you have to be training in free play. It is very important. This is probably one of the most important tips, if not the most important tip I'm going to be giving you today. Is you have to train in free play, and I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. Okay, so first talking about time, you're going to have to train for at least 5 minutes before each play session that you play Rocket League on. This is just to warm you up. Okay, and you'll start. What you want to be doing is you want to just go up to the ball and try and hit it hard. Yourself to miss, like just then. You just have to really chase the ball, boost into it, supersonic pretty much almost every time. So you want to be hitting it really hard, getting power hits. This will help you to build your power, and you want to be dodging into the ball at the right time to get good power. You want to dodge into the ball just before you hit it, or like as you hit it. And the second thing you want to be doing apart from power is sometimes just getting follow-up hits. Like here, that would easily be saved, and that was a really bad touch, but still. The point is you have to follow up. And sometimes not completely chasing the ball for a second or two, just to reposition yourself to get a better quality hit. That's better than just chasing the quality hits, follow-up hits, and also you want to be chasing the ball, hitting it hard. Okay, so next tip we have is it's just a mechanical tip, is cutting the ball. So this will be well explained in Musty's advanced power shots training pack. You can see the code here on screen. If you want to play it, then it's there, and it's only got 2 shots, but there's a lot you can change in those 2 shots. And basically what it is just going to be rolling along here. You wanna do that. You wanna basically just like flick your car across to like watch here. Flick your car across it to flick it to the side. And that was a really bad example. I'm just gonna go away from it. You wanna wait for it, and then you wanna cut into it like that. Now I wouldn't recommend you to power slide. It turns it too much. It means you don't have enough power. The reason this is called advanced power shots is because these type of shots, these are called hook shots, but they can get really powerful. Like, I'm talking 70, 80 miles an hour. Obviously, I can't hit them accurate enough if I hit them that hard. But, yeah, basically do is just go away from the ball and hit it. And just cut yourself back into it. And you can do the same when you're dribbling. Like, if you're dribbling, if you're doing a dribble, then you can do that. And yeah, you can yeah, it's a nice and easy way to, you know, get past defenders. But when people get better at the game, they'll probably easily see you doing that. So a good way to, if you test out doing that and then they are able to save those sorts of shots, then a simple thing you can do is just fake the ball. Just pretend you like you're gonna go and then just turn away, and then yeah. The best time to probably do this is when it's already going in. So if like here it's going in, I fake that I'm gonna go, and then yeah, it just goes in and he just dives into the air. Okay, and our next tip is going to be your momentum. So this is going to be best explained in free play. But what you want to do is you want to, sometimes before you hit the ball, it's good to just learn to keep your momentum. You know, if you're backflipping, use power slide to keep your momentum, because if you keep your momentum, that's quite a lot of what you want to know to improve your game. So yeah, keeping your momentum is key. Power slide is really good for that. But obviously in real games we don't have an unlimited boost. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you're collecting these small boosts. To practice this, you can just go on options and hit A straight away, and you don't have unlimited boost. This is really good to practice. Just getting small pads. Let me just waste some boost. Okay, and you just want to, you know, be able to collect small pads and change your path slightly just to get small pads. And even though it's not as quick as getting a big pad, I'm still getting a lot of boost. But even if you boost, or you just want to save some to, you know, make a save, then a good thing to know is that flipping generates as well. So I'm here. Soon I'm going to be going supersonic. Yeah, so I didn't use a single bit of boost. Just want to flip if you're going back, and you don't want to use boost. On to our next. You want to learn good kickoff. That wasn't a good one, but yeah. Okay, the first thing, what most people do is they just flip it. This is not kick just because it's the only like one that I know. If I go into your game, then you know it's a good thing to try out different kickoffs. Probably recommend is quickly learn off 2 flips in it, even if they're just front flips, side flips like that. And I will put in the card thing at the top right. There is gonna be I'm gonna put a link for a tutorial on kickoff. Yeah. Okay, so our next tip to learn aerials, also like crucial. If you're starting out, you want to make sure you get the hang of aerials early on. If you have to train 15 minutes a day, it's not that much to ask for, and it's gonna improve your game so much. So the best way you can probably do this is by in free play, you just want to keep, you know, hitting the ball around when it rolls up or something, like, or whenever it just goes high, like here, just aerial. I didn't have enough momentum for that, but you get the idea. Or you can go into aerial training. This is rookie training right now, so this is pretty simple. The ball's still, I probably won't be able to hit it because I'm really used to hitting aerials when they're moving. Exactly, I'm expecting the ball to drop because that's my muscle memory. See, okay, but to prove that you can actually hit aerials is some all-star. Right. See, I can hit the ball, but I just expect it to be moving. So, yeah, that's the best way to practice aerials. If you're, oh yeah, and a quick tip, just before you start aerials, I'm going to tell you this really quick, is you gotta know how to quick aerial. It's really like crucial to know how to quick aerial. If you can aerial get up real nice and fast, then you're definitely gonna beat the ball. Beat your opponent, sorry, not beat them. Beat your opponents to the ball. Most people are gonna aerial like that, where they just jump up and boost like that. Now, you know, it's just nothing too bad in this, but I think it's a lot better if you can quick aerial, get up in the air a lot quicker. Like, seriously, try it out for yourself. Single jump aerialing to the ceiling, or quick aerialing. It's a lot quicker. Now, how to quick aerial is pretty simple. Is you wanna jump, so you wanna jump as first step. A tiny, I think, actually hold jump. So you have a high jump, and then tilt your back. But like, remember, because of input lag, you want to release your stick just before, a little bit before you want your car to stop tilting. So you want to do that. That's step 2, and then step 3 is boost. And step 4 is as soon as you stop boosting, you want to let go of your left stick so that you don't perform a Feels backflip like this. And then, yeah, then the last step is to just jump as soon as you stop, as soon as you taken your thumb off the stick, which I didn't do. And that gets you up in the air really fast. But just a quick disclaimer is that you don't use this for every single aerial. Use it for most, but for the aerials that are like pretty low on the ground, you can just single jump aerial and then dodge, just to get extra power on it. Next tip we have is aerial. It's sort of advanced, but if you go on your options and controls, you will see this bind called aerial left and aerial right. Now, I personally use these binds as I find holding a button and left stick to aerial, I just find it hard. That's just personal preference, but you want to bind one of these. I personally bind, first of all, I change my scoreboard to one of my sticks, and then same with the rear view, so then that frees up the bumpers, or that frees up the bumpers, so then you can use you can change your arrow and that. Or if you're not like a sort of arrow, doesn't quite be that, but if you're not an arrow person, then you can bind. I would suggest it's not a bad idea. Bind power slide to B and boost to R. The boost, your jump button, it means you can jump while boosting. It means. Okay, our next tip is you wanna learn. Best explain when you're playing threes. So when you are up front, you're challenging the ball. That you're attacking, or like just behind, or just waiting for a pass. That means you're sort of the assistant. And then person who's back here is a defender or and it's important to make sure you keep switching up. Not only will this help you become better at all aspects of the game, but also it will keep the opponents, make it a lot what you're doing, because everyone has different play styles and different things they do. So it's really important to understand that you have to keep rotating around. And just a quick tip when you're rotating back is to try and rotate the other side of where the ball is going to go, just so that you don't rotate straight into your teammates and you could end up bumping them. Okay, now onto our next category of tips is sorry, not our next category, but our next tip is learning power clears or just power shots. Now, power clears are not only good for defense, but it's good to train your power in this game. Sometimes it's really disappointing that if a baby's touch on the ball, and you want to the main purpose of this is to clear it. If you can get it in net, that's brilliant. I keep missing the ball. But if you can get it full, anywhere is good, is really good as well. It means your team can get a pass. If you can get it in net, that's amazing, because that's another tip. But yeah, you want to be doing this training pack. Let me just show the code. This is the code. It's made by Johnny Boy E, and it's got lots of clears. And our next tip category is advanced mechanics. Now, these are going to be pretty hard for newcomers, but if you train the first few things and you train these new ones enough later on, but only do these when you're ready, when you think you're ready, when you think you can move around with a good flow, and you think you've perfected most of the tips, or at least gotten pretty good at them, so that you're bored, you don't have, well, you're not bored, but you don't have any. So thing is to start first thing is you want to learn this, the half flip, and it's really not that hard, but when are going back, you want to start off by doing a flip cancel. Now, hard because I don't have controller overlay on, but basically to do a flip cancel, you want to, first of all, step one is back flip, and then second is you want to flip cancel it. So back flip, and then just a split second afterwards, wait for your car to just be on, like, just before the hood is facing downwards, like that. Just before that happens, you want to flip cancel by pulling your joystick up, and that will cancel your flip and half of your flip. And that's most of the half flip. Next thing to do is just hold arrow left or arrow right on it. And that's the half flip done. For a reason you can use the half flip is, say you want to maneuver back, but you don't have any momentum. It takes a lot of time to get a turn like this. Although quick turns are good as well. But it's just a lot easier to get instant momentum if you just half flip and boost. Why am I pressing the wrong button to boost? Oh, come on. You can half flip. But finally, yeah, we've got the half flip. Now, another advanced mechanic to learn is a wave dash. Now, it's a very confusing name, but it's basically, it should be called like, I don't know, a ground flip or whatever, because you're essentially flipping into the ground. So the steps you want to do are, you want to tap jump, don't hold back. You want to, just before your back wheels hit the ground, you want to look at your back wheels, and just before your back wheels hit the ground, you want to hold forward and jump again. Now this will make you dodge into the ground. It's gonna take a while before this gets down, and yeah, you snap onto, and it speed boost useful, especially for like when you're going off a wall, which I couldn't do well. Let me just do it here. So when off a wall, you want to wave dash off, which I can't do because side wave dash and hold power slide. It's a nice and easy way to get off walls, and it even helps you do specific Okay, next next mechanic, pinch. So to do a pinch, you have to understand what is. A pinch is where becomes your car and another surface, they both the ball, and that'll cause a series of very small bounces in between until the ball finds a way of getting out. And these are, if you're sure what to do, you don't have to like have enough time for, then you can quickly, not completely but quickly, just turn your car a little bit to one side and just stick to the ball and, you know, hit it against something. You'll know a good way to see how pinches work is go into a match, save a replay, and look at the kickoff. What happens at kickoff is a pinch between two cards. So that's a pinch. And if you want to pinch the ball to, say, the right, then you want to put your car slightly on the left, and vice versa. Okay. We did an air roll before, but now we're going to be using air rolls in shots. Now, this is probably best explained in Aerial All-Star. But before, air rolls were just for in cleanly, but here we're gonna use air rolls for shots. Like there, I used to get my car in a good position to hit the ball. You can get a weak hit by touching them off your wheels. So, but yeah, you can air roll to use shots. You can the our next the wave dash shot, and basically what you want to do is you want to hold one of your arrow buttons. If you're hitting the ball, say, to the right, then you want to go on the left of the ball and basically do a side a wave dash. So you want to arrow left and then wave dash to the right, or just dodge. It doesn't have to be a wave dash. Like that, you can do that. But yeah, it's useful when you have a tight got to, and you've got to like cut the. I'm gonna try and show. If I was good at the game, then I would be. But and the next tip, these I don't really. I'm gonna lay in the top right about that. And okay, the next thing we have is okay, but getting tip. I just want to say a quick thanks to our sponsor, the subscribe button. Go down and click it. It really helps me. But in all honesty, all jokes aside, I post weekly content. I know I missed this week's one, and yeah. So please subscribe, because bring more. And you know, if you share, then comment you did. Share to anyone who might find it relevant, and comment you did. I will show appreciation to that. Okay, back into the tips. Okay, so now in the most important aspect of Rocket League, of any sports pretty much, is defense. So first defense tip we have is clearing to the ball. Killing the ball is a nice and easy way to put the ball out of danger for a few seconds. So you want to corners, because it's harder to hit the ball from say the in. It's harder to do that with good power than it is to just, and you hit it to the side. Most likely it's gonna hit the corner and then rebound off into the distance here, which is good. Okay, you want to diagonal flip when you're moving. It just helps you move faster, because your car has to move faster. It's a longer radius. But anyway, you don't need to know that. But yeah, just flip when you're recovering. Trust me, instead of using boost, just flip if you can. Gives you enough boost to, it leaves you enough boost left to just aerial and save quickly if you have to. Okay, next tip is to learn shadowing. Now, good way to learn this is use this training pack. It's up here. Why you suck shadow defense. That's the code, and you just basically it's really awkward at first. It's really hard, but you've got to find the right distance between you and your opponent or the ball, and you basically just want to be able to turn around and save the ball. Okay, next tip is to learn where the net is. Now this might seem obvious, but trust me, it's pretty important. So if you want to learn where the net is, it's going to be good, because you can only shadow on ball cam, so you can see where the ball is. So you have to hit the ball away. If you know where the net is, then it'll mean you stop tripping up the posts and end up tumbling in the net, unable to make a save. This has happened all too much to me. So yeah, just be aware of where the net is on your recovery. Also, another quick good thing to do is when you're going in net, power slide back. Make sure you power slide. Quick turning is necessary to turn well. Instead of just doing that, instead of just doing this, it's a lot quicker just do this. So yeah. Next thing is when you can't interfere with the ball. Say when he has you beat to the ball, or he's got a dribble. Say he's got a dribble and it's like there, or it's slow. Before you can follow it up, You're gonna try and go for the demo when he's like, when he can't do anything about it. You wanna just get in, go for the demo, or at least a bump, and that's gonna buy you some time to clear the ball. Okay, next tip is to try not to, try not to trip up the post. It's really not good. Next tip is to use the backboard and the walls. This is pretty, good. If you're low on boost, you can just jump off the backboard and make a save. Now this does take a lot of practice, it's pretty hard, but if used right, then you can make good saves without using much boost. Okay, our next tip is, if you're good enough at aerials, then 12 boost is enough. If you trust your aerials enough, then you can just pick up a small pad. Don't put ball over boost, please. Don't put boost unless they're having a rip attack. You can get some boost, and then you want to keep an eye on your opponents. Now, when your opponents are coming, say they're having a dribble, it's pretty easy to know what the ball is gonna do. Here, like, it's just gonna roll on top. If they're gonna flick, they're gonna dodge. And when their car lifts the out, they are gonna do a flick. But them offense. Now, I struggle to come up with 10 tips, but here they are. Differences you need to know. So the first pass, you want to that you can have possessive passes and possessive touches. Is you just pass the ball to your teammate, even if it's a pass back, just so you can keep possession, because you are going to be beat if you push. So you just pass it quickly. Another pass is just an aggressive pass. You just pass it to your teammate to just score a goal. It's just an assist, puts it in front of the net, easy goal. But another type of pass is I don't know the other type of pass, but if you want to know that, then it's going to be in a card, the top right. Okay, our next and a good type of pass is, instead of just doing the typical just hitting it to the corner, it's just gonna bounce in and it's gonna be a goal like that. A much better pass is to pass infield. It's a lot harder to read. By infield, I mean closer to the middle, without it hugging the back wall. If you can just pull off a good infield pass, which I can't, but say you're on the side, your teammates following you in the middle, and you do a pass like in that direction, then it's nice and easy for them to score, and it's a lot harder for the defense to read. Okay, next tip is you want to learn dribbles and mind games. Now, obviously dribbles are not the easy to learn. I'm gonna quickly show you guys a training pack. Let me see. Dribble training by Verge. This is a good training pack to learn dribbles. And once you learn dribbles, these sorts of dribbles, then you can do powerful flicks like that, and they can be really handy in 1v1s, especially to learn dribbles like this, and you can hit cool flicks. Okay, next tip is to self-assists. Now, basically, an assist or a pass doesn't have to be to a teammate. You know, you can sometimes do a self-assist, and a good way to explain this is when you hit it to the corner, or you hit it like in line with the net, so then you can follow it up, and that's a self-assist. Another quick tip is you want to get, as soon as you can, get comfortable with knowing if your teammate can get a better hit than you. If your teammate can get a better hit than you, then you should retreat. They should automatically, you know, see this and go for the ball, knowing that you're behind them to defend. Okay, next tip is to use quick turns for pressure. So say you've just attacked, then say you've just attacked, you just missed or something, or whatever, and you're recovering. A good twist you can do now and then is to just quickly turn and go for a shot. Sometimes they won't expect it, and it can catch people off guard. Okay, next thing is to know that if your teammate misses a shot or you miss a shot, it can be a good pass, because it's still probably going to be near the net. It's going to be pretty easy to score, like that. And getting near the end, using roll-ups to aerial. You know, if the ball rolls up the side, like, obviously it didn't roll up the side there, but if it rolls up the side, then, and it's like going in front of the net, you always know that's a good opportunity to aerial, so it's not a bad pass. Okay, our next tip is passing plays. Now, basically, it doesn't have to be the complete orthodox method where you just go, you pass it in front of the net, and then your teammate puts it in. It doesn't have to be like that. You can do multiple passes in between. This really throws off the defense, and it's cool. Okay, our 8th offense tip is to learn the backboard. So when you're on kickoff, you hit the backboard. No, it's not. But okay, it's gonna hit the backboard. It's always board for goals. Long shots can be really good, like a save into a goal, or clear in, or just a long assist. You know, can really throw off the defense as well, and it's, yeah, look cool. And last but not least, and make everyone, you know, try and make them, you don't know, they don't want, tease them, you're gonna flick it, or fake, or one, you know, fake. Just mix it up a lot, and you'll notice they'll panic too much, and then they'll just lose to a simple mistake that can get them tilted, and then it's just a vicious circle for them. So that pretty much. Okay, just a quick I'm not a grand champ. I am a silver. I'm not very good at this game, but I have some things to offer to you beginners, and maybe some higher ranks as well. Hope you enjoyed. Quick thing to say is, you know, these tips are just side things. The main thing is putting in the grind, putting in the hard work and all the training to get better at Rocket League. See you guys next week, and bye bye.